So parkour and freerunning is an urbanized movement that began in France. They originated teaching parkour to the France army, and then so they could get through terrain better. They could move faster and essentially be a better army. But there was a guy named David Bell in a group called the Yamakasi. The Yamakasi and David Bell decided that they can make this more. They can make this a movement. They can make it almost a sport or a discipline. So, as time went on, parkour became bigger and bigger. David Bell and Yamakasi started adding flips and backflips, front flips to make it have a type of style. Once parkour started having style, it became two different things. There was parkour and freerunning. Parkour, essentially getting from point A to point B as fast as possible, while freerunning is adding different tricks and different flips to give yourself style, give yourself more oomph, I guess I would say. I started about 3.5 years ago. I started by watching a video on YouTube. I think it was called David Bell's Air Wings or something along those lines. It was a dumb title, I think. But as I trained, it really became more than just a sport. I started walking down the hallways and not seeing a desk. I would see a desk that I could do 1,000 different parkour moves where I could train my body to train on this desk. Originally, I started just to be cool. Like, I saw people, I saw people doing flips. There was a guy named Zach McManus, and he would always do flips at my school. So I started talking to him, and he told me and my friend Matt that what parkour originally was. Like, he would show us moves, and we just wanted to be cool. We just wanted to do flips like that. And then after a while, it stopped being about being cool and just being about getting better at the discipline itself. It changed how I look at things. I can't walk down a hallway and not think about it. I can walk down a hallway and see a wall, and I can be like, oh, I can do a wall flip off that, or I could walk down this hallway and think of 1,000 different moves to get from this point to that point without just walking how I'm supposed to. When I see rails, it's like, basically, this is going to sound stupid, but society telling everyone else what to do. It's telling you can't go over those rails, you have to walk in them, you have to do whatever society tells you. But to me, I see those rails and I think of it as, how can I climb these, or what can I do to train my body to get stronger and to be able to mentally get the capacity to do things. Most of the things that really bother me about parkour is when people say stuff like, oh, that's stupid, you're just going to get hurt, or why don't you get down from there, you're just a stupid kid, you don't know what you're doing. When I do know what I'm doing. I hate when people say that, because if I can do a jump 1,000 times on the ground, why can't I do it 10 feet up or 20 feet up? When I do a jump, my mind is trained to be able to do that. I'm not thinking, oh my god, I'm doing this just so I get the nervous thrill or the adrenaline. No, I'm doing it because I know I can. I'm training my mind to do what I know I can do. There's no danger, really, if you know your limits. Knowing your limits is the biggest part of parkour. You want to know what your body can do and what it can't. Somebody might think, oh, he just did a front flip, I could never do that, when in fact they're probably in better shape than me, but their mind isn't trained to be able to do it. Of course there's been some injuries, like, you have been injured before, but the worst injury I've probably ever had was me being stupid. I broke my toe doing a wall backflip on a roof, and I wasn't paying attention to the ceiling, so I kicked the roof. It wasn't even about me not landing a trick or me getting scared halfway through. It was about me not paying attention to my surroundings, which is the biggest principle of parkour. You want to be able to pay attention to where you are when you're at. One of my favorite things about parkour, actually, was that you don't need anything to start. All you really need is a pair of shoes, and everyone kind of has a pair of shoes, or almost everyone. But you don't even need shoes at that. Really, it's a sport, or a discipline, I should say, that you can do without anything. You don't need instruction. Really, there's thousands of YouTube videos that'll show you how to do it. All you need really is practice, dedication. Alright, another thing that really bothers me about parkour though is cops. They will come up to me repeatedly. I have probably talked to more. I've been pushed in the back of a cop car for no reason. I've had tasers pointed at me for no reason because I was maybe in a spot I wasn't supposed to be, or maybe I was parkouring and they didn't know what it was. Most of the time, I just explain to them what I'm doing. I explain that it's an urbanized workout called parkour, and now most of the days the cops start knowing what they are, and they're just like, don't do that here, or just be careful. And I'm like, I don't know, it's the biggest problem with it, because I will be training up somewhere, and then a cop will distract me, which puts me in more danger, can't say that word. Another part that, one of my favorite parts about parkour is the imagination part. Really, you can look at this area I'm in right now, and yeah, you could run across, you could jump, but I could think of 30 different moves. You can add imagination to train your body to do more than one thing. You can jump on this, you could maybe do a front flip, land on that, palm over, tap that, or you could jump from there. There's so many different things that you can do in one spot. Really, you can get a rail and you could do 30, 40 faults on it. You can get this whole spot, do 500 movements on it. Everything is different, and every little part trains your body, either to be more precise or to be able to do a different move that you've never tried. It's really all about you, yourself, and adding imagination to it, and parkour really has, when I think about it, it has changed my life.